We had today, earlier today, late morning, we began getting calls and concerns regarding a family that lives on the 700 block of Garden Street. People involved, friends, family, not hearing from this family. DCPP, mobile crisis, our Hoboken police officers were attempting throughout the day to make notification and some type of contact to this family. Around 2:30, we made a determination. We felt that the family could possibly be inside their residence, and our uniformed patrol officers and our ESU team tried making contact at that address. When that went to have negative results, we reached out and got county negotiators from the Hudson County Regional SWAT team, and we tried making contact again with this family. At 3:30, we made a determination to utilize the Hudson County Regional SWAT team to possibly have to go in if there is a dangerous situation with harm being done to any members of this family. At 3:39 p.m., we began making contact at that door, and at that point, we knew that there was people inside the residence at that location. At that time, we did not have any information that there were any weapons on site. So it was a long period of time of trying to develop some type of communication with a person inside, trying to determine how many people were in there and if there was any harm being done to any of them. We were not getting much communication back for a long period of time until we finally received some communication and some identifying markers to us that there was somebody inside. Because there was a 5-year-old child that we felt was in this home, and we did not know the condition of that child, we made a determination that we were going to go and enter that house. That was done in the area of shortly before 7 p.m. And fortunately, when the Hudson County Regional SWAT team entered that residence, that 5-year-old was able to be safely recovered with no injury and brought out safely, and a 41-year-old male was placed into custody. Tonight, that 41-year-old is being charged with a second-degree charge of endangering the welfare of a child. Right now, we are not going to give out any names, as that processing has not even begun. That person was removed from this location just a few minutes ago via ambulance. We have several officers with that 41-year-old. But as the mayor said, the most important thing that happened here today was there was patience, there was communications done, there was utilizations of any resource that we had, and amazingly, with much concern we had going into 7 p.m., we got this 5-year-old out safely, and we have somebody in custody that also is taken into custody safely without an injury to him. I first want to thank our uniformed officers, our school resource officers under Lieutenant Melissa Gigante, who started dealing with this midday. Then in turn, our detectives and our ESU team became involved. And then outstanding, masterful job again by our Hudson County Regional SWAT team, which was started 3 years ago by Hudson County Prosecutor Esther Suarez. And I thank her again tonight, because with many of the great things she's done for this county, that is by far the number one thing that she has brought to this county, this regional SWAT team, which time and time again has ended these type of dangerous situations with a safe ending, and no one hurt tonight, which again is the most remarkable thing and something that we were highly concerned about. So at this time, I'll answer a few questions if possible, and we'll start from G. We'll start from left turn. We're not going to give relationships at this time or names. We will give that in following releases later on, once charging is complete, once there's a first hearing. But at this time, because of the delicate situation and some confidentiality, we're going to leave right now that we have a 41-year-old in custody.
Was there someone else in the department as well, in addition to the 5-year-old?
Originally, yes. There was 3 people in the building and 1 animal.
And the 3 people including the suspect?
3 people including the suspect and an animal, and all are safe tonight.
Chief, what were the circumstances that led up to this?
There were concerns based on just the well-being of one of the parties involved with this that created the calls to us. That's why we alerted Mobile Crisis, we alerted DCPP, and that's what culminated into, we think there could be something concerning in there. We actually, at 4:30 when we utilized Hudson County Regional SWAT, we did not know what we had in there. And we had to really weigh patience and when do we enter. And after we knew we had some communications in there, and we knew we were reaching about a 3 to 4 hour period, we knew with a 5-year-old in there confirmed at that point we needed to get in there and safely get that child, and that's what happened.
Without going into relationships, could you at least confirm that the people who were being held hostage know the person who, the 41-year-old?
Right now, we would not deem it as anybody was being held hostage. There were people in there in a possible dangerous situation, but I would not at this time classify it as a hostage.
Were there any weapons?
There were no weapons.
Can you elaborate at all on how you were able to resolve this situation, how you were able to communicate to...
Absolutely. First was utilization of Hudson County Regional negotiators. We also utilized Lieutenant Gigante, who is a school resource officer, had some knowledge of the person that is taken into custody tonight. We utilized first talking through doors, talking through windows, phone calls, and when we heard movement inside the apartment in question, we knew there was people in there, and that's when we started making a determination of when to enter and how. And the Hudson County Regional SWAT team, they made that determination. They enter, by the way, they are trained.
And that's a forceful entry, and we're able to get the child that way?
There was an entry into the apartment, into the room they were. Hudson County Regional SWAT would have that in their debriefing and reports of how they would classify that entry into that room. We're going to take 1 or 2 more.
Was the 5-year-old the only minor?
Yes.
Did you say it was the 5-year-old that was taken away in the ambulance? That was a 5-year-old?
No, the 5-year-old was not taken in the ambulance.
Well, who was taken in the ambulance? 41-year-old?
The 41-year-old that's in custody was taken away in an ambulance.
Okay.
But there are no injuries to him at this time.
Okay, so that was a matter of
No
protocol?
injuries. Yes.
Okay.
Have you been to that house before?
There have been some calls there over the last several years.
Does the suspect have
I thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And once again, thank you to everyone involved that we had a safe ending tonight. So thank you very much.